efforts, we managed to create awareness among more face to face
Ritwik?
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dada? Yes, madam. We are live now. I will start. So start. Hello, everyone. I, Gauri Shinde, warmly welcome our esteemed highlight a crucial and timely subject. With the rapid increase in electronic consumption, responsible e-waste management has become essential for protecting our environment, conserving resources, and promoting sustainability. Empowering youth in this session mission play a key role in accelerating in India's transition towards a circular and cleaner electronic ecosystem. With this brief introduction, mm, I now invite Dr. Lata R, Scientist E and EICP Coordinator, to share the introduction of IITM and EICP Center and to take the session forward. Over to you, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
A very good day to all from the coordinator EIACP at IITM. At first, I will provide a short introduction of the host institution IITM and the program EIACP. The Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology Pune is a premier research organization under the Ministry of Earth Sciences dedicated to advancing scientific understanding of tropical weather and climate. IITM conducts cutting-edge research in monsoon dynamics and forecasting at different time scales, air quality forecasting, atmospheric chemistry, climate change, and high-resolution modeling. With a state-of-art infrastructure, including high-performance computing systems and advanced observatories, IITM play a key role in improving weather prediction, environmental assessment, and climate research. The Environmental Information and Awareness Capacity Building and Livelihood Program, EIACP, is a flagship initiative of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, focused on the thematic area of atmospheric pollution and climate change. This started since 2002 3 financial year, IITM hosts EICP PCRP Center, which works to promote research, innovation, disseminate environmental information, and conducts outreach programs among students, communities, and stakeholders on key themes such as air pollution, climate change, waste management, green energy, mission life, and sustainable lifestyle. The center also focuses on capacity building and green skill development through training program, workshops, competitions, and outreach activities. By promoting environmental friendly practices, developing informational resources, supporting decision making, and strengthening community involvement, AICP aims to empower citizens and institutions to contribute effectively towards environmental protection and sustainable development. Now I shall hand over to Gaurav Shinde to conduct further program. Gaurav.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today's webinar, Dr. Renu Sharma. Dr. Renu Sharma is presently associated with H.M.E. Waste Management as a head of program research and advocacy. She is leading H.M.E's Pan India Sustainability campaign hashtag Be a Green Warrior, in which she, along with her team, has mobilized 75K plus youth during the year 2023 and 25 to take up the green action and lifestyle for environment. She is also editorial chief of H.M.E's quarterly newsletter EcoTech Talk, which represents a sustainability platform to discuss and disseminate about policy updates, perspectives, and latest news on the theme of circular economy and waste management. So far, 11 edition of EcoTech Talk have come up with under her editorial leadership. Before that, she was associated with Spandan NGO as a manager, wherein she lead a community engagement initiatives, social media campaign, and stakeholder communication. She has also worked with organizations such as Collaborative Research and Dissemination as a researcher, Simple Environment Research and Dissemination as a circular educator, Kendriya Vidyalaya as a TGT Science, and Shakti Foundation as a project coordinator. Since she has a keen interest on issue concerning waste management, waste ecology, and waste warrior, so she has also done a PhD in area of social dimension of waste and waste warrior, with a special focus on educational aspect of children of practical from Gazipur landfill area. We are honored to have her with us today. Ma'am, we warmly welcome you to and look forward to your insightful talk. Over to you, Renu.
Oh, thank you so much. First of all, humble, I want to express my gratitude to all of you for sparing your time for this session, and special thanks to IITM Pune for giving us this opportunity. So, as the topic suggests, the focus is on facilitating youth leadership, so as to accelerate the India's circular electronics transition and e-waste management. So since this particular session is focused on facilitating youth leadership, so from that point of view, I have tried to keep this session more of a sensitization session, and yes, I will be covering some facts, figure, technical details also. But for further details about the nuances of this particular topic, and especially India's circular electronic transition and e-waste management, I have also shared certain documents with Mr. Rutvik. So I request Mr. Rutvik to if he can share those documents by the end of this session in the chat box, so that everyone can have an access of those documents, and they can later on read and reflect on the various aspects of circular economy and its transition in details. So before I proceed ahead, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our sustainability partners who have been supporting our green campaign of hashtag Be a Green Warrior. So these are our sustainability partners. So yes, the focus of entire presentation is youth leadership in action for accelerating India's circular electronics transition. And if we talk about the nature of this transition, so this transition is not just transformative in nature, but it has also got urgency associated with it. So in the coming slides, in the later slides, we are going to reflect on the urgencies, also why it's very important and pertinent for youth to contribute towards this particular circular economy transition. And also this particular session also highlights how the youth can contribute towards this particular theme of circular electronics, India's circular electronics transition. So in the beginning, I would like to, differentiate between what exactly is linear economy and circular economy. So, the linear economy, the traditional, conventional economy, basically focuses on take, make, use, and dispose approach, which is highly unsustainable approach. And that particular approach has kind of focused on first of all, taking the resources from the nature, then making products, then utilizing it, and then disposing it in the environment. And then at the end of the at the end of the life, then it talks about managing waste. So this particular approach of linear economy is actually a kind of unsustainable approach, and it is quite, resource intensive also, and it involves kind of extractive approach also. On the contrary, if we talk about circular economy approach, so it involves take, make, use, but rather than, casually or irresponsibly disposing it into the environment, it talks about various arts: reduce, reuse, repair, refurbish, recycle, recover, remanufacture. So in that sense, it represents a sustainable approach, and it not just, talk about the end of life management of the waste, but it also focuses on the life cycle approach to waste minimization. That is waste minimization at every, step, be it, extracting the raw material or designing the product, then consuming those products. And it also involves reuse and repair, then collection, then recycling, and then, again putting the uh, means continuing the, supply chain, so that waste can be minimized. So with this basic detail about linear and circular economy, so now we focus on what is the core essence of this particular circular economy transition. So sustainability is actually the core essence of circular economy transition, which talks about the balance between the three P's, that is people, planet, and profit. So whenever we talk about our gadgets, or the e-waste that is going to be produced from those gadgets in future, so production of, e-waste is not just or the generation of e-waste is not just an environmental problem. It has got a social aspect associated with it. It has got an economic aspect associated with it. So balancing and consideration for all the three types of fee is very important to address the issue of, circular economy transition. So if I talk about the electronic manufacturing sector and its spread and its growth in India, so as per the recent report by India Cellular and Electronic Association, for the financial year 23-24, the present growth of this sector is around 115 billion US dollar, and by 2030 it is expected to further grow to the level of 500 billion US dollar. So obviously the expansion in this sector is quite huge. And one more important thing about this sector is that it is highly material, consuming sector. So all our gadgets and all, during its production, certain kind of critical minerals, precious elements are also used in the, manufacturing of uh, these gadgets. So in this context, I would like to, present the fact that India is actually third biggest consumer of these critical minerals. And when we talk about critical minerals, so these are basically those minerals for which rate of extraction from the nature is much higher than rate of formation. So rate of extraction is much greater than rate of its formation in nature. So yes, the, this particular growth in this electronic and electrical manufacturing sector, it is directly, proportional to the amount of e-waste that will be, generated. And consequently it will have proportionate implication on the three P's, that is the social dimension, the environmental dimension, and the economic dimension. Now coming to this fact that what the importance of individual as well as collective green impact for a greener planet. So whenever we talk about any environmental issues, any environmental issue which has got a social connotation also, which has got a economic connotation also. So see, it's a mitigation or any kind of environmental conservation of or preservation. It actually requires efforts both at individual level as well as collective level. And here are actually two images that are being shown here. So this image one actually presents or indicates to the fact that for in our present day contemporary society, on one hand, the well-being of our planet, our nature, our environment is very very important, but simultaneously the technological growth and development that is happening globally, that is also required to improve the quality of our lives. So somehow in the present day context, uh, we cannot negate either of them. So what is most important in this context is actually the balance between both the two aspects. So for balancing both these two aspects, the effort of everyone is required. So collective action certainly has a big role to play in balancing the environmental aspects and the economic growth or technological growth aspect. But by highlighting the importance of collective efforts, we must also accept the fact that even individual efforts are very very important. So this is actually the core essence of India-led global movement of Mission Life, that is Lifestyle for Environment, which talks about the fact that which actually emphasizes on environmentally conscious lifestyle, adopting environmentally conscious lifestyle in order to address various environmental issues. And as you all know that our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has actually introduced this term of mission life during the COP26 meeting in Glasgow. And it actually focuses on creating a chain of pro planet people who can who can not just practice but also promote environmentally conscious lifestyle. And the main objective of this particular mission is to at least mobilize 1 billion Indian as well as global citizens in the period of 2022 to 2028, and to promote the green lifestyle and action. So this is actually the document of Mission Life. I've also circulated this particular document. So in this particular document, there are there is actually a list of around 75 doable green actions under seven categories, which include reduction of waste, reduction of e-waste, reduction of single-use plastic, or saving water, saving energy, etc., etc. So one of the main category among these seven category is how we can reduce our e-waste. So the focus of today's presentation, the sub focus of today's presentation is going to be how at our personal or collective level we can manage our e-waste. So yes, the sub focus of this presentation is to understand the linkage between e-waste and our everyday life, and reflecting on the what, why, and how question related to e-waste. So only when we understand the linkage between e-waste and our everyday life, then only we can come to the conclusion that yes, we have a responsibility towards managing our e-waste, at least at our individual or collective level. So coming to the what question of e-waste. So I have got three questions. So I would request all of you, if you can just write your answers in the chat box. So the first question is that what does the letter E stands for in e-waste? The reason why I am asking this question, that the reason is that whenever we have conducted these kind of sessions with other participants also, we have found that at times the participants are not even clear about this letter this term e-waste, that what exactly is e-waste, what does this letter e stands for in e-waste. So before talking about e-waste management, it is very important to understand that at least what does this letter e stands for in e-waste. So can you please write the answers in the chat box? What does this letter e stands for in e-waste? Electronic. Okay, any other response? Any other response? Okay, so I assume that most of you uh, have similar answer, that is e stands for electronics in e-waste. Okay, so I would like to share that in the year 2022, new rules for e-waste and its management have come up, and its implementation started from 1st April 2023. So that particular rule set categorically and specifically presents the definition of e-waste. So as per that rule set, the E in e-waste stands for both electronic as well as electrical. So any equipment that uses electricity, or it has got some kind of semiconductor chip in it, so at the end of its lifestyle it will be considered as e-waste. So that particular rule set at its end it is having a schedule 1, which is actually a list of around 106 type of electronic and electrical gadget that will be considered as e-waste post their end of life. So I hope the answer to this question number 1 is clear to all of you. So when we have conducted this session for other participants, at times we get very unique answers, like e in e-waste stands for energy waste, environment waste, economic waste, etc etc, or ecological waste. So that's why it becomes very important to first of all talk about that what exactly is e-waste and what does this letter e stands for in e-waste. So I hope that now you are clear that the letter e in e-waste stands for both electrical as well as electric. Question number 2 is that right now you must be carrying some gadget or smart devices. So can you please write down in the chat box that what all smart gadgets or devices you are presently carrying with you right now? Mobile, speaker, headphone. Okay, are you also carrying its charger, mobile and laptop charger also you are having? So just write charger also, mobile charger or laptop charger. Mobile charger, speaker, headphone, tablet, okay, smartwatch, power bank, chargers for both. Okay, okay, right now you are also okay, desktop, external hard drive, that amounts to 11. Okay, laptop, mouse also. Okay, 12. Okay, keyboard, car smart key also. Okay, 13. USB. No, right now I'm asking that what all smart gadgets you are carrying right now. You are carrying your personal smart. Okay, okay. So uh, if I just list down your equipments or electronic gadgets that you have just mentioned, so it is coming roughly to 12 devices. So if suppose there are so far 10 10 participants who have joined this webinar, so if I assume that on an average you all are carrying these 12 devices, so or say 10 devices, so in total how many devices you all are carrying as a group? there are around 10 people in this webinar, and if I assume that all of you are carrying around 10 smart devices, so in total 100, if we assume that you all are carrying 10 devices on an average, and if we assume that you all are carrying 12 devices, so it is around 120. So can you see that in a small group of 10 people, still we are carrying, this substantial number of gadgets, which will soon become, in near future, become e-waste. So in later slides, you will also see the national statistics for e-waste generation and global statistics for e-waste generation. So clearly, there is actually a link between your own usage of these gadgets, which will become e-waste, and its contribution towards the national as well as global statistics of e-waste generation. So clearly, the national or the global e-waste generation, the quantum of e-waste generation, it is not something which is alienated from your own consumption of these gadgets, which will become e-waste. So there is certainly a linkage, and you are actually contributing towards the a national e-waste generation quantum, or the global e-waste generation. So that's why, if you are contributing towards the e-waste quantum, so actually it is your responsibility also to address how to mitigate this issue. And this is actually the essence of mission life also, that we need to reflect on our own everyday lifestyle and usage or practices, if you want to address a given environmental issue or problem. So the third question is also very, very important, that now we all know, we have just calculated that at the moment you all are carrying 100 to 120 gadgets, and I'm sure you must be having some more gadgets at your home also. So generally, I want to know that what do you generally do with these gadgets when they get old or little damaged or broken or outdated or non-functional? This is also very important question to know and to reflect on, that what do we actually do with our e-waste? And the question is not that what you should do, but rather than that, the question is what exactly you are doing with your own e-waste. Okay. So at individual level, what are you doing? Put them in our office e-waste bin. Okay. Any other response? You can be just honest about it. Nothing to worry about. Nobody is going to judge. At individual level also, do you have any kind of e-waste lot placed at some corner of your house or drawer or almirah? Okay, so when we have asked this question to other participants, they actually give us range of responses. Like at times they say that we just put it at one corner of our house and just forget. Sometimes we give it to kabadi wala, and kabadi wala in turn gives us money, certain minimum, bare minimum amount they give us. And interestingly, at times participants have also reported that there are some local vendors in their locality that come and collect the e-waste, and in return they give some kind of utility items. At times they give some kind of spices, at times they give us fruits, berries, or ice creams, or even eggs, stuff like that. Means at times the children also wait that these local vendors should visit their home, and so that they can just hand over their small e-waste wires or remote or mobile, etc., etc., so that they can get these kind of goodies. So apart from that, participants have also reported that sometimes they give their old mobile, etc., to their younger siblings to play, or to their grandparents, or to their maids, etc., etc. So and also at times participants report that we just throw the remote or charger or wires to regular bins. So these are the ways in which participants have reported that they are actually disposing of their e-waste. So certainly not all these practices are sustainable and responsible. So since we have just seen that our own usage of these gadgets which will become e-waste is has a direct link to the e-waste generation at national and global level, so we also have a responsibility also to address this issue. So the focus of this presentation is actually to reflect on our own responsibility, what exactly we can do to manage our e-waste. So yes, we all are consumer of these gadgets, both individually as well as institutionally at our respective institution or organization. Also, there are several, electronic and electrical equipment. All of them will also become e-waste in future. And one interesting thing that these electronic gadgets uh, they are actually present everywhere. It's not so that they are present only in offices or home. Wherever you go, home, offices, school, colleges, mall, restaurant, etc., etc., you will find these gadgets everywhere, and we have made them popular, not necessarily because of our need or requirement. Sometimes we want them for our comfort or ease, or to maintain a certain social status. Like we may require we may have an Android phone, but going means in order to sometimes in order to impress others or to maintain a social status, we feel that now no, we should also have iPhone also, so that I can also means feel good. So the thing is that we possess all these kind of gadgets and devices not necessarily because of the thing that we need them, but at times there are some other factors also for having these equipments. And yes, if these gadgets are gifted by some near and dear ones, so these are also the some of the other factors that make the quantum of gadgets as well as e-waste all the more. So these are part of our everyday life. That's why whenever we get up in the morning, we see our gadgets, especially phone, etc., etc. And while going back to bed, again we see these gadgets. So these are part of our everyday life, and at times these gadgets become our habit or addiction also. And just like normal edible products, even these gadgets are having a lifespan. We cannot use them till eternity. So it is also having a lifespan. And yes, most of the participants or people that we have also engaged in past, we have realized that not all of them have the adequate awareness how they can dispose responsibly their e-waste. So, in this context, I have already told you that Government of India has come up with these new rule set of 2022 e-waste management rule 2022. So, in the year 2023, when it got implemented, so at that time the schedule one of this rule set was having 106 items categorized in the seven major categories. And this document has especially mentioned that what all equipments can be considered as e-waste. So any electronic or electrical equipment that are discarded as waste, so it will be considered as e-waste. And the schedule one of this rule set presents 106 type of electronic and electrical equipment that will be considered as e-waste at the end of their life. But over the period of time, there were some amendments also in this rules. So as on today, there are around 134 electronic and electrical equipments that have been included in the schedule one of this rule set. And if you will go to the CPCB portal on e-waste management system, actually as per this uh, rule set only, CPCB has started a portal also on e-waste, which is called e-waste management system. So this is actually the view of the e-waste portal. So if you will open this e-waste management system portal, so you will get all these or means this list of 134 items along with the triple E code as well as the average life. So like for example, the printer which we are having, it has got an average life of 10 years. Our phone, it is having an average life of 3 to 5 years. Our laptop, desktop, it is also having an average life of around 5 to 6 years, 7 years. So similarly, you can get the average life of all these 134 triple E items on just visiting this portal. So now coming to the quantum of e-waste in India. So there is this report, the Global E-Waste Monitor Report 2024. So this report actually presents the quantum of e-waste in India as well as at global level. So as per this report, in India, around 4 million ton of e-waste is being produced every year. And if we talk about the per capita or per person e-waste generation in India, so it is coming to be, it is around 2.9 kg per year. That means we all, as an Indian, we all are producing 2.9 kg of e-waste every year as per this report. And this e-waste generation is growing with annual growth rate of 18%. So let's say last financial year, if for example in India 100 100 quantity of e-waste has been generated, 100 units of e-waste has been generated. So for the next financial year, the growth of 18%, as per the growth of 18%, next year it is going to be 118 e-waste units as per this report. So at the global level, the stats and figure is much more scary. So globally, we all are producing 62 million tons of e-waste every year, with per capita e-waste generation to be 7.8 kg per year. And India is actually the third biggest generator of e-waste after USA and China. Now coming after reflecting on the what question related to e-waste, now we are coming to why question of e-waste, like why it is important to talk about e-waste. So, unlike the other category of waste stream, e-waste actually represents a unique category of waste stream because it has got precious elements also inside it, like gold, copper, silver, aluminum, etc., etc. So, the extraction or the recovery of those precious elements can also contribute towards a circular economy as well as livelihood generation. So in that context, e-waste has got opportunity also, element of opportunity also in it, e-waste sector. But if we are dumping and disposing our e-waste casually, irresponsibly, and just sending it into the informal channel, channelizing it into the informal streams, so it is also causing, it may cause, it is actually causing environmental as well as health hazards as well. So in that context, e-waste is a problem. So e-waste is actually a unique category of waste stream because it has got prospect or opportunity also, and it has it can become a problem also if not disposed or treated properly. So, coming to this fact of e-waste as an opportunity, as I have already mentioned that it has got precious elements inside it, gold, silver, copper, nickel, etc., etc. So, at times, e-waste is also referred as a mini urban mine. And CPCB, the portal on e-waste, that is e-waste management system, it so far till today there are around 381 authorized e-waste recyclers listed on the CPCB e-waste portal, which are actually associated with formal recycling of this e-waste and harnessing the opportunity within this e-waste sector. And they are also actually recovering precious elements through formal e-waste recycling process, which is actually contributing to direct employment generation also, and also to the circular economy principles. So in this context, you all must be knowing that in the month of September, government of India has also come up with this new critical mineral recycling scheme, in which cabinet has actually approved 1,500 crore incentive scheme to promote critical mineral recycling and to further expand the market for secondary materials. Now, e-waste can be a cause of concern or problem because it has got precious element, but it has also got toxic elements inside it. So if e-waste is not disposed of properly, it can also harm the environment as well as cause problem for our health. And direct health impact or health hazards can be faced by those people from the margin who are presently working in the informal sector, and that workforce actually involves small kids also, child laborers also, pregnant women also. So that's why it is very very important that adequate awareness should be created, and we should take up the responsibility of channelizing our e-waste into the formal stream. And as of now, actually it is actually the informal sector which is quite prevalent, and most of our e-waste is going into the informal sector, where handling and processing of our e-waste is majorly done via crude methods and techniques, which is causing all the more environmental as well as health hazards. So, if we talk about the health hazards of e-waste. So the toxic element present in it, like lead, dioxin, copper, arsenic, cadmium, mercury, etc., etc., it has got severe impact on the major organ system of our body, be it neurological or respiratory or cardiovascular or it's means endocrine or immune system, etc., etc. So as per the reports by World Health Organization, International Labour Organization, the pregnant women and child laborers who are working in this informal sector are at very high risk. So certainly there is this social dimension of e-waste also, which is there. If we dispose, or if we dispose or channelize our e-waste into the informal sector. So as per the WHO report of 2021, and the report is titled as Children and Digital Dump Site E-Waste Exposure and Child Health. So this particular report actually presents the fact that there are around 18 million children and adolescents who are actively working in this informal sector, and they may face adverse health risks due to irresponsible and unsafe e-waste recycling. Now, impact of e-waste, the toxic element in e-waste on our environment is that, like for example, if we throw our e-waste into the regular bin, I'm just giving this particular example. So what will happen ultimately if we will throw our e-waste into the regular bin? It will ultimately go to the landfill area. So at the landfill area, it can either burn because of the automatic methane generation in fire incidents. So the toxic elements will burn and it will cause air pollution. The other fate that our e-waste can have is that if rain will come, so the toxic elements will leach out into the soil or even groundwater. So again, through soil, it will enter into our food chain, and through the process of bioaccumulation, the toxic elements will create all the more health hazards even to us. And through groundwater also, it will cause groundwater pollution as well. So the toxic element present in it, in e-waste, has got both impact on environment as well as health. And the problem with the e-waste collection, e-waste sector, is that the collection and recycling is presently predominantly the informal sector is all actually our e-waste is predominantly going into the informal sector. And as per the global e-waste monitor report, mainly our e-waste is being crudely processed or handled in the informal sector, thereby causing thereby having environmental as well as health implications. So only 22.3% of our e-waste is being processed in formal channels, but rest of the e-waste is going into the informal channel. So this global e-waste monitor report, this figure is for a global level. As far as Indian context is concerned, so there are reports by Ministry of Electronics which present to the fact that in India around 90 to 95% of our e-waste is going into the informal channel. So the concern of e-waste recycling within the informal sector has also been highlighted by a report which was jointly issued by Ministry of Electronics and European Union Resource Efficiency Initiative. So the main challenges faced or presented in this report were hazardous working conditions, lack of proper safety measures, use of crude techniques like open burning, acid bath, manual dismantling, and also the rudimentary nature of these unregulated practices impedes the efficient recovery of resources, leading to loss of finite minerals. So in that sense, the crude methods and techniques that are being used in informal sector, they are not just bad in terms of the environmental and health implication that it involves, but they are also resource inefficient. So that's why after understanding the what of e-waste, the why of e-waste, now coming to the third aspect of e-waste, that is how we can manage the e-waste at our personal level or as a collective level. So what are the responsibilities? So in this context, the e-waste rule set has identified identified e-waste management as a system, as an ecosystem, or as a culture that needs to be built so that we can effectively address the e-waste issue. So for that, it has actually identified various stakeholders and their responsibility, and these stakeholders are manufacturers of these electronic and electrical equipment, producer companies, refurbisher, consumer or bulk consumer, recycler, government. Since you and me are sitting here, we are we our main location or our main identity is consumer of these gadgets. So the couple of next slide is going to be focused on what exactly we can do as individual consumer of these gadgets as well as the bulk consumer of these gadgets, how we can address the e-waste issue and how we can manage at our individual or as an institutional level. So this is the e-waste management portal. So if you will click the dashboard, so this sort of blue boxes will come. So as on today, there are around 11,000 plus producer companies, manufacturers around 217, and recycler, authorized recycler, the number of authorized recycler is 381. So if you will further click on this blue box, so you will get the entire list of authorized recycler, entire list of producer companies and refurbishers, etc., etc. So now coming to the aspect of who is actually a bulk consumer and what are the responsibility of bulk consumers. So if any particular institution is using 1000 equipments, electronic and electrical equipment at one point of time, so it will be considered as a bulk consumer. So if IITM, the campus or the premises in the campus or premises of IITM, if 1000 electrical and electronic equipment are being used at one point of time, so then IITM is also a bulk consumer. So responsibility of IITM as a bulk consumer as per the new e-waste management rule is that it has to ensure that e-waste generated by them shall be handed over only to registered producer, refurbisher and recycler. So IITM as a bulk consumer has to again channelize its e-waste only into the formal stream, and they can just go through the portal of e-waste management system and just see the list of e-waste recyclers. So whenever on a regular basis, periodic basis, whenever they are making the inventory of e-waste and then disposing the e-waste, so they have to hand it over only to authorized e-waste recycler. So like this is the recent e-waste awareness and collection drive that we have done at one of the corporate institution called DEX in Gurgaon. So it is also a bulk consumer. So it has uh, conducted this e-waste awareness collection drive for their employees in collaboration with our organization H.M.E. So, after talking about the responsibility of bulk consumer, even we as individual consumers also have certain responsibility as per the e-waste management rule. So, as an individual, it's our responsibility to give our e-waste only to authorized recyclers or collectors. So, as I have already shown and told you that till today, as on today, there are around 381 authorized recyclers which are catering to the recycling needs of Pan India. So our responsibility is also to approach them, contact them, or and give our e-waste to them. Now, the thing is that as an individual consumer, we may even call them and just tell them to come to our place and collect the e-waste door to door. But from the point of view of sustainability and sustainability reasons, we should always go for collective e-waste collection drive at institutional level or RWA level or school, college, university level, etc., etc., so that a greater, bigger impact, green impact can be created. So these are some of the pictures of the collective e-waste, right? That various institutions like Open Jindal Global University, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board has organized with us, with HME. And obviously, we should not channelize our e-waste into the informal sector due to the environmental and health safety measures since they are not being followed. And we should not put our e-waste into the regular bin, and we should separate our e-waste from domestic waste, and we should not dump our e-waste into the garbage bin as it will ultimately reach the landfill along with garbage, and the toxic element will leach out through, thereby polluting both soil as well as groundwater. And also whenever we are buying any new gadget, so user manual is also always there. So we should always check for products end of life and its handling procedure in the equipment manual or user guide. And also we should also switch to the more sustainable approach of judicious consumption, because we have realized that we cannot stop consumption or usage of these gadgets. So the best approach is to have a limit, or go for judicious consumption approach, and go for small is big concept. So think before buying additional new electronic and electrical equipment, and if possible, go for repairs. And for that, I must tell you that in the year 2023, government has also come up with this new portal of right to repair. So there are around 65 plus corporate electrical and electronic equipment producer companies who have voluntarily registered on this portal. So in order to promote the culture of repairs, government has come up with this right to repair portal. And if you want to know more about this right to repair movement and portal, so you can also go through our April edition of EcoTech Talks newsletter, in which Mrs. Nidhi Kare, who is actually the secretary and the main leading head of Right to Repair Committee from Department of Consumer Affairs, she has also given her article. And the next responsibility as an individual consumer is that we should not store or collect our e-waste for many years or for long years, and we should not hand over our e-waste to our younger siblings to play and all, because it has got toxic elements inside it. So the new e-waste rules actually in one of these section also mentioned that we should not store our e-waste for more than 6 months or 180 days. So do not dismantle your electronic or electrical equipment on your own. Do not burn your e-waste. So these are some of the common responsibility as a consumer that we can follow. Now coming to the fact that if we will follow, if we will fulfill all these responsibilities, if we will do all these as per these responsibilities, if we will go as per these responsibilities. So what is the benefit? So see, actually as a consumer or as a bulk consumer, if you talk, so it is actually our ethical responsibility. So the e-waste management rule actually only suggests that the bulk consumer or the individual consumer, they should hand over their e-waste or channelize their e-waste into the formal sector for safe and responsible recycling. But when we talk about triple E producers, so for them the e-waste management rules doesn't just list out their responsibility as a matter of ethical responsibility, but for them it is actually a mandatory compliance requirement that they have to fulfill. And if they are not fulfilling these compliance requirements, so they may also have to be charged with environmental compensation or penalty for non-fulfillment. So for a consumer or a bulk consumer, it is more of an ethical responsibility. But we must also understand that, see, uh, since e-waste, the irresponsibly disposed or treated e-waste, it has got environmental and health impacts. So fulfilling these responsibilities is certainly a matter of ethical stance, but it, since it is also connected or related to our everyday survival also and everyday health also, so we must fulfill these responsibilities. So now coming to the final part of this particular PPT, that is how our organization HME Waste Management is trying to lead the change and fulfill its responsibility. So we are, as I have already told you, that we are authorized e-waste recycler company. We are having our recycling plant in Bhiwadi, Rajasthan, and we are very fortunate that we are also listed on the CPCB e-waste portal. So we are actually one among these 381 authorized e-waste recyclers. So we have got various awards and recognition also at various platforms. So recently we got the opportunity to present our work at e-waste expo Frankfurt, Germany. So we are having our own collection centers spread across pan India. We are having our own logistic partner, Transcope Logistic and Gati, for transportation and logistic requirements. And means at our plant, although we are having very extensive operations and team also who is looking after the operation part of it, but for a for the sake of better understanding, I have just noted down, or I've just listed the various steps that we follow at our plant. That is sorting of e-waste, dismantling of material, both manually and automatic, shredding the dismantled material into small pieces, then crushing the shredded material under pressure, separating the crushed material by individual separators, and then sending the recovered material to downstream vendor. And these are our various sustainability campaign that we are running for e-waste awareness and collection. So this is hashtag Be a Green Warrior. It is our umbrella campaign. Youth for Green Impact campaign is basically for inviting the various youth from various colleges, university to do so that they can join us as intern. Declutter for Green Impact is primarily to mobilize the community and youth for e-waste collection, and so that they can channelize their e-waste into the formal stream for safe and responsible recycling. And recently, since the beginning of this year 2025, we have started this campaign of Partnership for Planet, wherein we are collaborating with various institutions formally through formal MOUs for their e-waste collection and awareness needs. So these are some of the pictures of our e-waste awareness and collection drive. And these are the pictures of our MOUs with various green institutions, Banarsi Das Chandiwala Institute, Opendra Global University, and one affiliated college of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. And recently, our MOU with Center for Environment Education is also in, pipeline. So this is actually the Youth for Green Impact internship program, and so far 8 students from SGT University, Gurgaon has joined this internship. So anybody from your institution or other the nearby colleges, university student who are associated with IITM, they can also join this campaign, or similar campaign you can also lead at IITM. So to further do the green advocacy or facilitate the green advocacy, we have started our own advocacy platform, sustainability advocacy platform called EcoTech Talks, to build thought leadership on various themes concerning circular economy and waste management. So this is our recent EcoTech Talks edition, October edition, on driving India's circular electronics transition through system innovation and refurbishment. So we have got earlier also we have got various thought leadership articles from Ministry of Electronics and other sustainability leaders. So you can always go through these editions for recent updates on in the field of circular economy. And also we have collaboration with various corporate organizations who are actually our EPR partners. So we with their support, we actually conduct e-waste awareness drive at various universities and institutions and at various platforms. So this year also we have started one more campaign of sustainability at workplace. So wherein we are actually joining hands with various corporate organizations, be it bulk consumer or electronic or electrical equipment manufacturer or producer company, so that sustainability at workplace. For sustainability at workplace, their employees can be, mobilized and sensitized. So this is the recent e-waste collection drive which we did in collaboration with RSPCB, Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board, and Havels in the city of Jaipur. And this is the e-waste collection drive which we have done with MCD Central Zone Delhi. And yes, so I'm just winding up this session with this slide. Since this particular topic is so vast, so covering all the aspects in a with depth is actually not possible for me to justify. So I would like to request all of you to go through this particular document by Ministry of Electronics on circular economy in electronics and electrical sector, which actually presents our action plan for various stakeholders. So you can also go through this particular document and just explore further on this particular topic. So thank you so much for this for your patience. Now I would like to have your suggestion, query, or any observation that you would like to share.
Thank you so much, madam, for your deeply informative and thought-provoking talk. Now we'll go for question answer session. I think some of us have already uh, given the question in chat box. So we'll go one by one.
Okay.
Okay. So, so Murthy sir has asked, what are the products from e-waste recycling plants?
Sorry, can you please repeat your question?
Uh, o- After recycling the e-waste, what is product?
Okay, so see, like we are recyclers, we are actually not the we don't have the authorization for manufacturing from the byproducts of recycling. So what we generally do that after we get the crushed material in powdered form, various metals and all. We just send it to the send it to the downstream vendors, so that since they are having the authorization to manufacture the other products and all, so they actually use it. So as far as HME is concerned, we are just e-waste recycler. We are not into manufacturing various things from the byproducts of the recycling.
Yeah,
So
but
from our end, the last product is the various materials or metals in powdered form, and then we hand it over to the concerned authorized vendor, downstream vendor.
yeah, but the question is that any specific product they are commonly manufactured by recycling this e-waste material?
So generally, what is happening? So, like for example, this e-waste, it has got substantial quantity of plastic also. So the powdered form, or which we call plastic ka dana, we hand it over to the concerned plastic waste recycler. So there are plastic waste recyclers who make kind of special kind of furniture or artifacts or chair or table or any kind of card holders, something, these sort of items from these recycled plastics. Similarly, if we talk about the various metals and all, aluminum, copper, etc., etc., so the powdered form of it, we just hand it over to the downstream vendors. So they then that will be considered as secondary raw materials. So that secondary raw material can be used for making other products, depending on, because see, the concern with this secondary raw material from the manufacturer side is that it may not be of that much quality as the original raw material. Certainly their concern is genuine, so for them, the downstream vendors may use it for some kind of lesser quality products in making those kind of products.
Okay. Now I would like to call Professor Ipagi sir to.
Hello, Namaskar. Thank you for a wonderful lecture, madam. First,
Thank you.
I have two questions.
Mhm.
Number one is what are the major research gaps and policy gaps in India as far as
Mhm.
recycling of the e-waste is concerned? Number one. Number second
Mhm.
is what are the chances of recovering
Mhm.
critical minerals
Mhm.
which are now restricted for the export by the China from the e-waste? So shall I
Mhm.
repeat once again? Research
So
gaps and policy
can
gaps
you
in
go
India.
one by one? The first question is.
It's related to the research and policy gaps in India as far as
Mhm.
e-waste recycling is concerned.
Mhm.
And
So,
second is recovering
yes. So
critical
let's
minerals.
take one question at a time. See, like recently when we have gone to Frankfurt, Germany to attend e-waste expo. So there I have met with one representative of uh, a European association, which is actually an association of recyclers over there. So I've asked them that means in your e-waste means in the e-waste recycling sector of your region, what are the main uh, area of concerns? So there they highlighted, they shared that they, primarily their main concern is with respect to eco design. Like when we talk about eco design, so see, uh, like for example, if I talk about this particular gadget, so while it's making or manufacturing or production, it is having some kind of toxic elements in it, and it has got certain means limited duration, etc., etc. So the principle or the concept of eco design actually points to the fact that this particular gadget has to be designed in such a manner so that it can be used for a longer period of time. Number two, It can involve less, it can use lesser quantity of toxic elements while it's manufacturing or production. And also it should be designed in such a manner so that it can be easily recycled. It may not and the precious elements in it can be recycled or recovered easily. So at their place, at their place, the focus is more on eco design. The main concern is that how we can make our products from the from the point of view of a better and efficient eco design. But here in India, the main focus as of now, the main concern as of now in this particular sector is that till today, matlab means major substantial chunk of our e-waste is going into the informal sector. Means yes, although we may know that we have to channelize to formal recyclers and all, but there are vendors who are still coming in our locality, and they have easy access, and we also feel comfortable, and that is also quite giving us a lot of ease that we can just simply hand it over to those informal vendors. So in India, as of till today, the major problem is that the substantial chunk of our e-waste is going into the informal sector. That's why even formal players like us or rest of the 381 formal e-waste recyclers, they are facing this concern that, see, we have invested so much, we have set up our plant, we have put up costly machinery, we have set up everything, laborers are also working, but e-waste is not coming into the our plant. The supply is still going into the informal sector. So abhi, right now the major focus in India is to how to not dismantle the informal sector. So abolition of informal sector is not going to serve the purpose from the point of view of justice and fairness and inclusiveness. So the thing is that how we can upgrade and integrate through various skill capacity building, through technological support, through financial support to the informal sector, so that they can be upgraded to the level of formal sectors, and they can make an easy transition into the formal sector. So for that, Ministry of Electronics has come up with various projects. I would like to request all of you to just go through this particular newsletter edition, in which senior scientists from Ministry of Electronics has shared various initiatives that Ministry of Electronics is taking to make the informal sector. Just a second. Where is that? Yeah, this one. So closing the loop, how refurbishment is powering sustainable electronics. So in this particular thought leadership article, Mr. Surendra Kumar Gutrawal has actually listed out various initiatives that ministry is taking to upgrade the informal sector workers through skill capacity building, and moreover that they are they are actually in the process of setting up 30 e-waste recycling clusters across India to engage and upskill 15,000 informal workers and facilitate their integration into the formal recycling ecosystem. This approach ensures that India's transition to circularity is inclusive, combining economic empowerment with environmental protection. So this is actually formalization of informal sector is actually a very key focus area, because in India still the problem lies in the fact that our a substantial quantum of e-waste is going into the informal sector. So I suppose the gap in India still remains, that for any formal entity to survive, the e-waste must, come to our plant for formal recycling. If we are not getting a particular, amount of e-waste load into our plant, so what is the use of, setting up our plant, making so much investment and other, cost involved. So I think this is the main gap as far as India is concerned. And yes, there are other aspects also, especially how we can make our gadgets in such a manner so that toxicity level or the toxic elements that are present in it can be reduced. And there are various other initiatives. So I would request all of you to just scan this QR code, and I think I have also shared this document with Mr. Rutvik, so he can also share it with you. So just go through. And moreover, the circular economy action plan that I have, just shown at the end of this presentation, you can also go through this particular document to dive deeper into the finer details of it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Sir, you have any other questions?
I had a
If
second question. I had a second question which was related to chances of recovering critical minerals, which the China has restricted nowadays.
Is my voice audible?
yes, ma'am.
Hello, can you listen me?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. You both are audible.
Okay. Yes, I my second question, I think madam has partially answered it. Chances
Hmm.
of recovering critical minerals from the e-waste.
Hmm. See, sir, it all depends on the kind of technology. Most of formal recyclers like us are also facing this issue, that we don't have, adequate expertise or, knowledge of or even access to such technologies. So in that context, also Ministry of Electronics is working on, its R&D department in CMET Hyderabad is actually working on developing various efficient recycling technologies. And through that thought leadership article only, I got to know that so far they have transferred the technology, they have done the technology transfer to certain stakeholders. So I think since these rules have come up in the year 2022 and implemented in 2023, so still it's actually a long way to go. And the system has been, the structure of that particular system has been put, but I think it will evolve over the period of time, given the fact that various stakeholders must be having some concerns or challenges to address, to be which is to be addressed through the various concerned officials or authorities. So on the recycling technology part, Ministry of Electronics is also the department, the concerned R&D department of CMET Hyderabad is actually supposed to develop those recycling technologies. So they are actually working on it, because recovery of material will entirely depend on the technology, recycling technology. And means we may invest in buying those technologies, but still the technical aspect of it has to be conveyed and to the respective stakeholders. So I think on that front, Ministry of Electronics is working. It is actually in the process.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Uh, Dr. Lata, ma'am, do you want to ask? Dr. Lata ma'am, do you have any questions?
Somebody has written in
Ma'am,
the
yes,
chat
ma'am.
box what is
Lata ma'am has
EEE.
written.
So EEE is electronic and electrical equipment. It is the abbreviation of electronic and electrical equipment. And EEE after its end of life will become e-waste. That is electronic and electrical waste.
Okay.
Uh,
There are two questions. One is that do you have enough capacity if more quantity is collected?
Sorry?
Do you have enough capacity if more e-waste is collected?
Actually, as per the CPCB e-waste portal, we as a authorized formal recyclers, we have been assigned a certain capacity of e-waste recycling only. Like our capacity as on today is around 1472 metric ton per annum. So you will find in that list of 381, in the list of 381, you will find recyclers who may be having recycling capacity of 3 lakh metric ton per annum also.
Yeah.
1000 metric ton per annum also, 500
Dr.
metric ton.
Dr. Renu, my question is that do you have spare capacity? Or
Spare
your capacity
capacity.
is, do you have spare capacity or your capacity is full?
As on today,
Yeah, yes.
we are having, yes, we are still having for this financial year 2025, 25 to 26. 25 to 26, for that we are having capacity
All right.
for the
And
financial year.
one more question is that what do you do with the waste generated from your plant?
From your
After
from
after recuperating whatever is there, like whatever things are there, whatever precious metals are there, what do you do with the waste of whatever is generated?
what do we do with those precious elements?
No, not elements.
Hmm.
Again, it will be coming as a PCB, it will be coming as a monitor, CPU. I'm just thinking about desktop. But what do you do with the waste of that?
The remaining, you are talking about the plastic waste.
Yes,
It
yes.
is. So that is
Plastic waste,
actually,
glass waste for that. Plastic
see,
waste maybe the.
yeah. So actually, we are having, although we are authorized recycler for e-waste, so ideally we are not supposed to do the plastic waste recycling. So whatever plastics we have, we just hand it over to the authorized plastic waste recyclers. So in that case, we are having tie-ups with various other type of recyclers as well. Like at times, I just want to tell you that as per the e-waste management rules, the batteries, they are not considered in the list of e-waste or triple equipment that are there in the schedule 1. So at times there are consumers or which may hand over our their equipment as a whole. So so if we get battery also within this within the package of e-waste, so ideally we are not supposed to recycle battery because we are authorized e-waste recyclers. So in that case, what we do, we just hand it over to the concerned authorized battery waste recycler or plastic waste recycler, and so on and so forth. So we cannot do battery waste recycling or plastic waste recycling.
Yeah, I agree that. But then you may have other materials also, LEDs, LED screens, everything. You also do that kind of, I mean, like transfer that to the respective recyclers?
See, in that e-waste also, actually e-waste as a whole, it has got various components in it. Plastic
Hmm.
component is also
Yeah,
there,
I
and
do
the
understand
circuit
that.
boards, etc., is also there. So we can only take care of the, that part from which we can
The,
recover the
Dr.
precious
Renu,
elements.
my only single question is that what do you do with the waste generated by you
By the waste generated.
after
So
after the recovery of the precious metals?
So, ma'am, as far as I know from whatever discussion I am having with my operation team, so they only have told me that whatever items we get, we just hand it over to the concerned vendor or recycler.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Gaurav,
Uh,
you can conclude session.
yes, madam. Yes, madam. So thank you, ma'am. So with this, we will now come to the concluding part of this our session. Now I handed over the proceeding to Miss Komal for delivering the vote of thanks. Over to you, Komal.
धन्यवाद। मैं कोमल शिंदे आईआईटीएम एआईसीपी केंद्र पुणे की ओर से आज के इस वेबिनार क्रियाशील युवा नेतृत्व भारत के सर्कुलर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स परिवर्तन एवं ई कचरा प्रबंधन के गति प्रदान करने हुए हेतु युवा परिवर्तन को सशक्त बनाने में आप सभी का उपस्थित के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद व्यक्त करती हूँ। सबसे पहले मैं हमारी माननीय वक्ता डॉक्टर रेणु शर्मा मैडम का हृदय से आभार प्रकट करती हूँ। मैडम अपनी युवाओं को की भूमिका सर्कुलर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ट्रांजेक्शन ई वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट और इससे जुड़े हुए महत्वपूर्ण पहलुओं पर अत्यंत प्रेरणादायी और मार्गदर्शन विचार हमारे साथ साझा किया। आपके विचार निश्चय ही सभी प्रतियोगियों के लिए ज्ञानवर्धक सिद्ध हुए हैं। मैं विशेष रूप से डॉक्टर हिप्परगी सर उप प्राचार्य वालचंद कॉलेज ऑफ आर्ट्स एंड साइंस सोलापुर तथा प्रोफेसर शेळके सर का विभाग प्रमुख इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स डिपार्टमेंट गवर्नमेंट पॉलिटेक्निक पुणे का भी हार्दिक धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम में अपनी उपस्थिति और समर्थन के इस पर सफल बनाया। मैं हमारे एआईसीपी समन्वय और वैज्ञानिक ई डॉक्टर लता आर मैडम का तथा डॉक्टर पीएस मूर्ति सर का भी विशेष धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम में सफल आयोजन हेतु निरंतर मार्गदर्शन और सहयोग प्रदान किया। साथ ही मैं समस्त सहभागी संस्थानों, शिक्षकों, विद्यार्थियों और सभी प्रतिभागियों का हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ, जिन्होंने समय निकालकर इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आयोजित वेबिनार को सफल बनाया। अंत में मैं आईआईटीएम एआईसीपी केंद्र पुणे की संपूर्ण टीम का भी धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिन्होंने प्रयास से यह कार्यक्रम सफलपूर्ण संपन्न हो सका। आइए हम सभी मिलकर पर्यावरण संरक्षण, ई कचरा प्रबंधन और मिशन लाइफ पर्यावरण के लिए पर्यावरण जीवन शैली के संदेश को आगे बढ़ाए और सब अपने छोटे छोटे प्रयासों से बड़े बदलाव लाए। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सो मच वंस अगेन। और इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बस मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि अगर ऑपरेशंस पार्ट को लेके आपके जो भी और भी क्वेश्चंस हो, वी वुड बी मोर देन हैप्पी इफ वी कैन गेट देम। आप हमें लिख के हमें दे दीजिए, क्योंकि मैं कंसर्न जो भी ऑपरेशन टीम है उसको फॉरवर्ड करूंगी, बिकॉज मैं एक डिफरेंट वर्टिकल जो है वो लीड कर रही हूँ। क्योंकि हाँ, ऑपरेशंस की जो फाइनर डिटेल्स होती हैं वो शायद एक ऑपरेशन टीम का पर्सन मेरे साथ होता तो ज्यादा बेहतर ढंग से बता सकता था। बट वी वुड बी वेरी हैप्पी अगर आपके कुछ और भी ऑपरेशन से जुड़े हुए कुछ और क्वेश्चंस हैं तो यू कैन जस्ट लिस्ट इट आउट एंड शेयर इट विद मी, एंड आई विल फॉरवर्ड इट टू माय कंसर्न्ड operations team.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Renu.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.